It is once more holiday season, meaning that it is once again time to review Star Citizen as the latest patch, according for Q4 2020, has just been released. People of the verse, welcome to the channel, it's the Eradicator, and in this video we will take the time to fully review Star Citizen Alpha 3.12, following some strict criteria I have been following for the past 2 years now. I mean, I can't believe, but I started doing these reviews for Star Citizen Alpha 3.4, and it is your feedback that has been very positive and constructive as well, which is why those reviews have evolved a little bit over time as I took into consideration your suggestions to add new categories and better reflects the actual worth of the patch in the final score. So I know it may sound cheesy to some, but your feedback really does count, so if you feel like you'd like to make a comment after watching this video, please do not hesitate. Now, I may not have enough time to reply to everyone, but you know, I do my best to read them all. Also, this month I am giving away on my Discord a Super Hornet with lifetime insurance, so if you are in my Discord or have access to it, you may want to check out the dedicated channel to enter it, and if you don't have it but wish to have more details, you'll find them at the end of this video. Alright guys, so now let's review Star Citizen Alpha 3.12, shall we? And yeah, just like last time, we'll take under account bug fixes, quality of life, game-changing elements, the overall quality of the patch, punctuality, and the new features. Are you ready? Bug fixes. There have been quite a few bugs the devs have been trying to fix this year, some new related to new features being added this semester, and some older that have literally been plaguing our experience for years. Among those are the opening canopy bug, which has really gotten ridiculous. I mean, not only when you are fighting a fighter yourself, but this also happens when you fight NPCs who also have an open canopy. Sometimes they even stand on their chairs and T-pose at the same time. I mean, I saw that. I was laughing so hard that I actually almost died when this happened. We're also talking about the respawning through planet bug, which does not only happen on Hurston, unlike what the patch notes might have been saying, but also on ArcCorp and Microtech as well. COG also worked on fixing once and for all the malfunctioning Cry-Astor services at stations, which have been working fine for me, so score 1 here for CIG. There are still old recurring bugs that are just plain awful and do get tiring over the years. The Prospector's Ladder has killed me several times, for example. The star map often needs 2 or 3 attempts to load. Quantum travel sometimes won't engage and you'll have to reset your course in the buggy star map to make it work. I noticed that the hangar doors at Area 18 instantly closed down on me when they are opening. I mean, these bugs really affect a lot of people and can potentially be game-breaking for some, and I am baffled to say that CIG won't even acknowledge some of those bugs in the patch notes, which is why I give them a 3 out of 10 for bug fixes. Nice try, CIG, but these are not the right priorities, in my opinion. Quality of life. An effort was genuinely made to improve our quality of life in this patch, with several roadmap cards dedicated to the task, starting with the elevator panel update, which made us laugh quite a lot for several months, but actually really do make easier to navigate between levels of various facilities. The new mining UI is easier to read and makes mining far more pleasant. The tractor beam allows us to move faster in EVA and also helps us move objects and even reach some objects that we could not have reached without it, such as, for example, gems in caves. I mean, I wish that it could have gone a little bit further, such as, for example, adding more food and drink options at Lorville or Area 18 Starport. That would have been very convenient. Also, the amount of legacy bugs that still remain are still seriously affecting the quality of life in the verse, which is why I can't give anything better than a 7 out of 10. Just like Alpha 3.11, 3.12 suffers a lot from its malfunctioning features, but the patch also features more items and upgrades that just makes our lives easier. Game-changing elements. Star Citizen Alpha 3.12 flips the tables on quite a few aspects of the game. Thanks to refining, mining now appeals to haulers who will definitely enjoy shipping the fruit of their labor to the verse's various business centers. Bounty hunters now have a more complex progression system with more exciting rewards and challenges on the line. Torpedoes no longer act like overpowered missiles, and it will be more difficult for griefers to randomly ruin people's gameplay by casually spamming them around. In addition, players now will have the opportunity to summon an Idris frigate if they generate a lot of heat around a station, and that is really getting a lot of players excited. Last but not least, insurance claims have also been extended, and the expedite fees have dramatically increased, which now doesn't make it profitable anymore to just claim a ship instead of refueling and repairing it, which makes a lot of players upset because it also means that anyone who gets a 30k while flying can potentially get stuck waiting for the ship to be ready. Overall, I think that Alpha 3.12 is changing the way we play quite a bit, and I'll give this section a generous 8 out of 10. Overall quality. I'm sorry, but having to wait for 3 minutes for the HABS elevator to load into the game, guessing where to click on an elevator panel that had disappeared, and having naked ships, stripped of their hulls, as you could see, for example, on my December 18th live stream on Twitch, is not acceptable and just ruins it. On top of that, I was experiencing 9 frames per second in Lorville, and it felt more like a pre-OCS experience than anything else. I also don't like it that refineries get insta-saturated and often get over 2,000 capacity. I mean, those are kilometer-wide facility, and surely they can have bigger processing capabilities. And don't get me wrong, Star Citizen Alpha 3.12 runs very well when no one's playing it. I mean, I'm just surprised that it wasn't delayed just by a few days to optimize performance, and that's why it only gets a 3 out of 10 for overall quality. This clearly feels that it was rushed a little bit. It feels great to finally have a patch released during its actual time window. Alpha 3.10 was released in the middle of Q3, Alpha 3.11 was a month late, and Alpha 3.12 gets released about 2 weeks before the deadline. We should have long holidays more often, I think, so that's why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. And now let's move on to features, and we'll talk about the added content here. No new characters were added in Star Citizen Alpha 3.12, as well as no new core gameplay, and we've only had a mere light fighter for ships and vehicles. However, AI, gameplay, and location get some really good new features, and this gives this category a 6 out of 10. Locations. Unlike Star Citizen Alpha 3.11's cargo decks, Star Citizen Alpha 3.12's refinery areas actually do have a purpose and associated gameplay with them, and also add a significant dose of value-added gameplay to our overall experience. On top of that, they are really impressive and will kill you if you fall into the smelter's molten metals. That is very impressive. The new Lagrange points gas clouds are very well done and add a lot of wow factor to the game. They also make deep space mining and going to remote red stops far more pleasant, and also provide players with beautiful background sceneries while actually fracturing rocks. The locations of Star Citizen Alpha 3.12 do not have the significance of a new landing zone or a new planet, but they provide with a full gameplay loop and radically change the game for players, and for that they deserve an 8 out of 10. Gameplay. In my eyes, refining is a major addition to the game, as it gives industrial players access to a full gameplay loop, starting with exploration, as they have to look for good spots to mine, mining itself, refining, managing the works in progress at the refinery, hauling the refined materials and selling them. It is the first full gameplay loop we have, and in my eyes this is quite an accomplishment. The tractor beam opens interesting perspectives for the future, but do not provide players any significant improvements yet. Then there are the dynamic events, especially the Idris. This is by far the most exciting part of the patch, and it will force players to team up to take down the beast and promises epic gaming moments to anyone participating in those operations. The reputation system also is calling to players a lot, as missions get gradually more difficult and rewarding as you successfully progress through the reputation ladder. Star Citizen Alpha 3.12 adds a nice breath of fresh air to our gameplay, and this is why I give it a 9 out of 10. AI. This patch brought improvements to the torpedo response, as well as new functionalities that allow AI to fly capital ships and react accordingly based on various situations it is confronted. Star factors also get smarter and now prioritize targets better, as they can alternate between different fire modes. Anything that makes AI smarter and challenging is welcome, and this gets a 6 out of 10. Ships and vehicles. Star Citizen Alpha 3.12 only adds the Xperia Talon and its variants. The talent is more of a gimmick ship than anything else and doesn't add much apart from some extra variety, and that's why I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. It's a good little ship, but that's just not good enough to make it to the average mark. Weapons and items. This quarter sees the addition of 2 new guns, the uber badass FS9 LMG from Bering and the A03 sniper rifle from Gemini, and both weapons fill a niche that was quite empty previously. The latter allows fast-firing sniper action while balancing that with smaller caliber bullets which do less damage than a regular sniper. The FS9 submachine gun is like a shotgun, but with a super fast firing rate. It's fantastic at close quarter combat and ineffective in long range situations. I still love it very much, especially for its sound. Sadly, that's all we're getting here, and this leaves a score of 6 out of 10. Star Citizen Alpha 3.12 overall gets a 6 out of 10, making it by far the best patch that we've seen this year. It adds a lot of new elements that will define how Star Citizen will be played for the years to come. It's unfortunate that its bugs lower the quality and the overall experience, but it's probably going to be the case as far as we remain in alpha. Thank you very much for watching, and please tell me in the comments section what you guys think about Star Citizen 3.12. Are you guys enjoying it so far? Do you agree with my score? I would like to know everything. This video is brought to you by the people who support this channel on Patreon and via the join button as well. Supporters of the channel get access to lots of cool perks such as access to my private Discord, your question answered in the show, you get to know when I'm going to play, and also you get to have a chance to influence the editorial line of the channel. Any help is appreciated, starts at just $1 a month. Thank you very much for watching. This is The Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.